Welcome to week 5 of Heavy to Healed. I hope you've had a good week or enjoying this program, and my voice is all crackly. Sorry. So, week 5 is Embodied Identity, and this isn't something you do, it's who you become, who you're becoming. Up until now, we've been working on understanding your habits, your emotions, and your patterns. But this week is different. This week is about who you're becoming. The shift. For years, many of us have lived in the mindset of trying to lose weight, trying to do better, trying to stay on track. But trying keeps us stuck in the same cycle because trying still leaves the door open to go back. Are you starting to feel the shift yet? Are you starting to feel the change in the choices that you're making? Are you starting to feel better on the inside, which is really the most important part of this journey? Are you starting to realize I'm doing this for myself and nobody else? Identity versus behavior. Real change doesn't happen when we just change what we do. It happens when we change how we see ourselves. And that is the most important part of this journey, is how you will start to see yourself, how you will learn to love yourself and the person that you are becoming and the person that you end up being. Because when your identity shifts, your choices naturally follow. For me, the biggest change wasn't the weight that I lost. It was when I stopped seeing myself as someone who was always starting over. I would say to myself, I have to do this again. And then there were times that I thought I would never lose the weight. I would just always be heavy and I would be miserable and I'd be sad. But then I started seeing myself as someone who takes care of herself consistently. And I have to do it daily. Do I have slip-up days? Of course. But I get right back on track. Even later in that day. I don't always wait till the next day. A practical example, instead of thinking, I'm trying to eat better, you begin to think, I'm someone who listens to my body. I listen to my body. That my body is my guide. When I am physically hungry, my stomach starts to growl. I don't really get shaky, but some people do. That's when I eat. I don't eat diet foods. I personally don't plan my meals. Some people, that's good for, they need that. I don't do that. I don't buy healthy food. I'm a single person that lives on a fixed income. I can't afford healthy foods. I eat what I am in the mood to eat. Because then when I'm done eating enough of it to where I'm satisfied, I feel fulfilled. I don't feel like I deprived myself of something that I wanted. If I want spaghetti, I eat spaghetti. If I want pizza, I eat pizza. But I don't, if I want something sweet, I eat something sweet. But I don't do both. I don't eat my meal and then have my dessert. If I want dessert, I plan it to where that dessert is my meal. I'm someone who doesn't use food to cope anymore. And my friends can vouch for that. We go on girls' trips a couple times a year. There's 4 of us. As soon as they wake up, let's go get breakfast. And they're like, why aren't you coming? I'm like, because I'm not hungry. And they'll say, oh yeah, Carrie doesn't eat anymore. She's not an emotional eater anymore. So my friends even see it in me. I'm someone who honors myself. I honor that. I stick to that. Something else I don't think that I have shared with you yet, I really try to watch and make sure I eat my calories and not drink my calories. Yeah, I drink a lot of water. I like water. I will, if I want something with some flavor, and I like carbonated beverages, I will drink flavored water that has no calories in it. I will have I'll have a Diet Coke once or twice a day. I love iced coffee, so I make it myself with, I maybe have shared this already. I use almond milk. I use 1 pack of Splenda, and I will use a little bit of sugar-free caramel syrup because I like my caramel flavored. And I do treat myself to adult beverages occasionally, usually one night a month. And yes, I do drink my calories then, but I don't drink my calories on a daily basis. If I have a piece of cake or a cookie and I want to have a glass of milk with it, I will drink a glass of milk. But it's not something that I do on a daily basis. But when you begin to shift your identity, food stops being your solution because you no longer see yourself as someone who needs it to cope. And I no longer need that. And I honestly never thought I could break that cycle. I ate for every emotion. I ate for sadness, depression, loneliness, stress, happiness, happy occasions. You eat, you celebrate. I will sit down and it's nothing for me to make dinner for somebody and I won't eat it. I'll save it for my lunch for the next day because I'm hungry at lunchtime. I'm not normally hungry at dinner, so I don't eat it. On the weekend, like I said, I will eat later in the morning. I don't get up as early. I don't eat as early. And I know that I'm going to go out for dinner, and then I eat once during that day so that I can't eat my dinner. So this week, I want you to start asking yourself, who am I becoming? Because I remember my journey. This is how I lost the weight as well. The way I've explained the way I eat is how I've lost it and how I've maintained it. And I felt myself not just on that dopamine high of watching the scale go down. I felt the inner part of me change because I had told myself, this is the final time I am going to do this. So not what I'm doing, but who I am becoming is what you need to focus on. And who you want to be at the end of this journey. I have become who I wanted to be. I've never wanted to be a really skinny person. I am a person who likes fashion. I like to look good. And I don't do it for anybody but me. I like to feel good. I take care of my skin. I've always done that. Because when I look good, I feel good. I feel good about myself. I like clothes. I like to dress in what's the newest fad styles. I'll never shop in the old lady stores, no matter how old I get, probably. And that's okay because that's what I enjoy. It's about perfection. It's about stepping into a version of yourself that you can trust. And you have to have that mindset of trusting yourself. And it's one small choice at a time. So turn to page 88 in your workbook. And it is the Life Proof Guided page. Lasting change happens when we stop focusing only on what we do and we begin to step into who we are becoming. So this page is about defining that identity. Here are some ideas for using this page, but only you know yourself. So this page can be used for anything that you feel is necessary for your healing journey. So here's an example. Who have I believed myself to be up until now? Someone who always starts over, someone who can never break this stronghold of food that food has on their life. That's how I always felt. That you might want to journal that. Who am I becoming? Are you becoming the person that you want to become? What kind of woman do I want to be in my daily life? I notice myself, I've noticed a change even in my attitude. I'm a very happy-go-lucky person. I'm a goofball. I like to make people laugh. And I have seen so much more of my personality come out after I've healed from this, I still call it a food addiction, but that stronghold that had on my life and how I felt when I was heavier. Because like I said, that heaviness of weight is only part of it. It's that emotional heaviness, the self-esteem, the heaviness that it puts on your self-esteem. What are 3 identity statements that I am stepping into? Some examples. I am someone who honors my body. Do I honor my body the way I should? No, I haven't been. I used to do a steady workout routine every day, and that's when I felt amazing. And I need to get back into that. And that's our support page on Facebook. I still need support. So we're going to be supporting each other. It's not going to be me leading and you following. We're there for each other. I'm someone who follows through. I never used to be somebody who followed through, but I follow through now. And it's a good feeling. And it also changes your follow through on other things in life. When you learn to follow through on things for yourself, you learn to follow through on things, promises for other people as well. I am someone who doesn't quit on myself. I used to quit on myself all the time because I felt unworthy of a lot of things in my life, and that comes from trauma in my past. But I am worthy now. I am worthy of this. I am worthy of a lot of things, and you are too. How does this version of me show up differently? I kind of maybe just told a little bit of my own experience with that. And that's for you to know and you to witness and you to take notes of. So on page 90, what no longer feels negotiable? An example for myself I'm going to use. When I would go to parties, when I would have been on those girls' trips and they would have said, let's go eat breakfast, I would have went and eat because I didn't want to be the only one not eating. But then I was hurting myself. I was not helping myself, and I was not really helping them either. So that's a non-negotiable for me anymore. I listen to what I want and when I want it, and nobody's going to make me eat something when I'm not hungry for it. When your identity begins to shift, certain things naturally become non-negotiable. Not out of restrictions, but out of self-respect. I think I just explained kind of how I do that about myself. I do respect myself. It took me I lived in a marriage where I didn't feel respected, but I respect me. And other people learn to respect you when you have more respect for yourself. So some prompts. What habits or patterns no longer align with who I am becoming? What am I no longer willing to go back to? And what are 3 things that now feel non-negotiable in my life? Taking care of my body, maybe one of them. Be aware of emotional eating. Not abandoning myself during hard moments. And I truly do follow all of those. Why are these important to me? And I say that because they need to be important to you, not doing this for somebody else. Do this for you because you are worth it. How will I support myself in staying aligned with these? You've already been on this journey we're beginning week 5. So you have hopefully started changing a lot of your patterns, and you're seeing these things that are helping you. So those are things that help you stay in alignment. Because this isn't about rules. This is about becoming someone that you trust. I hope you enjoyed this week. Do not forget to use your daily self-check-in if that helps you in the Facebook page. And I will see you next week. Take care.